For Wednesday, January 27th, 2016, a little change of pace from my very first video of the day because we have breaking news and I am bringing you a special report. News that mainstream media news is not bringing to the American people. Today, when you woke up, all that mainstream media news is talking about is Donald Trump and the debate tomorrow on Thursday and his refusal to attend over conflict with Megyn Kelly, but you're not getting the real news of what took place in Oregon. We, the people, the American people, are under attack by a domestic enemy. Not only has our waterways been contaminated through the radiation fallout from Fukushima, nuclear power plants leaking radioactive waste into the waterways. Flint, Michigan, where I'm from, the water has become poisoned and leaking lead, high levels of lead, 10 cases of Legionnaire's disease. And now the same is happening in Sebring, Ohio. We, the people, are under attack and we need to stand up. We need to know what's really taking place. Mainstream media news is really not covering what took place in Oregon, but let me just begin and bring you an article. We're going to cover this because as I speak, every hour on the hour, there is more breaking information coming out of Oregon. First, let's go to mainstream media news, and of course, let's go to the Huffington Post. You can't get any more mainstream than this. What is the headline on the front page? And I've been watching CNN and Fox News this morning. They are not even talking about what took place in Oregon. On the ticker tape running on the bottom, very, very little. They're all talking about Donald Trump. This is making headline news today to keep you uninformed and sedated and dumbed down on what's really taking place with our freedoms in this country. Trump can't take the heat. Fox, Trump team threatened Kelly. That's what they think you're interested in today, more than your freedoms. And what do we have for the second? Talking about another Flint, Michigan. Of course, now the water is contaminated in Ohio. And here we have a little tiny spot for the showdown in Oregon. Bundy arrested and one dead. And let me click on that and let's go there now. And here's what the Huffington Post has put out, mainstream media news and CNN. And as you can see, but it was updated 31 minutes ago. I hope so. Ammon Bundy, arrested, follower killed during confrontation with law enforcement in Oregon. Killed was Robert Lavoie, who had acted as a spokesman for the militants. And what you're going to find is one of the FBI agents. I think you all know the story by now. He's dressed as one of the militia. Ammon Bundy was arrested on Tuesday night following reports of shots fired on the Mulner National Wildlife Refuge. They were actually going to a meeting when they were stopped by the FBI and state police. And of course, we're not getting the whole story of where the gunfire originated from. Who fired first? They're not talking about that. Ammon Bundy, leader of the month-long militant occupation of the Mulner National Wildlife Refuge in Burns, Oregon, was arrested Tuesday in a highway confrontation. How did the confrontation start? With law enforcement that killed one of his followers and wounded another, according to the FBI. According to the FBI, we don't even have what really took place yet. Bundy and 4 followers, including his brother Ryan, were arrested during a traffic stop in which shots were fired. Who fired first? Who fired first? The FBI said in a statement, killed was Robert Lavoie, who had acted as spokesman for the armed group of occupiers, according to the Bundy Ranch. Don't you think if it was one of Ammon Bundy and his members, if they would have been the first to fire on police, that would have been just all over the news? The FBI said the shootings happened when agents, along with Oregon State troopers, began an enforcement action on Highway 395 to arrest people involved in the armed occupation on charges of conspiracy to impede federal officials from discharging their duties. So that was their reason to stop them and to pull them over. And I'll put the link to this below, but I think we pretty much know. Also, Pete Santilli has been arrested. 6 cops, FBI, with automatic rifles at Oath Keeper's arrest. During the arrest, there were shots fired, the FBI said. But who shot first? One individual who was a subject of a federal probable cause arrest is deceased. One individual suffered non-life-threatening injuries. Lavoy, a rancher from Arizona with 11 foster children, made headlines this month after conducting an interview from beneath a blue tarp. I'm not even going to get into this. They're going to try to put a spin on it. A 6th person involved in the occupation was arrested about 90 minutes after the highway stop in Burns. The FBI said, again, who fired that first shot? And did the militia and Monday fire back in self-defense? They're not going to, you know who fired the first shot, because if it was any of the members of the militia or Monday, it would have been all over the news. And like I said, they have helicopters out there, but it's not over, and Pete Santilli's been arrested as well. Let me take you to some more breaking news. Be right back. Now, this is from a fellow patriot YouTuber, Bobby Powell, who asked that we share this information, and this broke about an hour or so ago. Urgent. I just received a phone call from a friend in the FBI who is a patriot 3%er. He says that 200 plus armed vehicles are in Burns now, and the occupiers have until 4 a.m. Pacific time on today's date, January 27th, 2016, to vacate the refuge before an assault begins. A quick update: the time has come and passed, but it doesn't mean that it's over. It doesn't mean that they are going to stand by their time frame. What they want to do is catch whatever occupiers, whatever militia are remaining off guard. If they give you a time of 4 a.m. or 5 a.m., they're going to try to catch you off guard. My source says the peaceful occupiers have to get on Highway 20 and go to Burns before the 4 a.m. deadline, and they will be granted safe passage. Anyone remaining in the refuge after 4 a.m. local time will be considered an enemy combatant. It's well after the time, so I guess now they are considered an enemy combatant, and they will be subject to the same type of murder the feds carried out on Lavoy yesterday evening. Please share this and help me save lives, and I am sharing this. And this is a video by Bobby Powell, or a blog rather, and I have also a video that I have shared on my channel. And let's take a look at a little bit more here. Hang on a second. For time's sake, I just want to share this comment that someone had left on the warning that I had shared from Bobby Powell. And Christina says, sold ranchers' land to Russia. Now you will murder your own people to hand it over to them. Roy was a true American patriot, and he was gunned down by FBI for doing what is right. God bless this man. The other occupants, please protect them from these demons. And this is the link to the video that I was talking about, and I will put the link below as well. I'll be right back. And this just in, this was sent to me by a friend of mine who is a former United States Marine veteran, and he's retired. And this is the information that he has just sent to me and asked that I pass this on. Dave, the situation in Oregon is falling apart. Reports are that Burns, Oregon is shut down with roads closed and communications stopped. Anticipate a federal assault within hours. And that is the same information that is coming from Patriot Bobby Powell, who is from Alpena, Michigan, and his source has told him that They were given a time frame to leave, for the occupants and the militia to leave, and that time has come and passed, and that it has been reported to him by a source within the FBI that there are over 200 armored vehicles ready to merge onto their compound. And this story is far from over. It's all over, not mainstream media news, it's all over Facebook. Where I'm from, the Genesee County Volunteer Militia are reporting on everything that is breaking. The Michigan Militia, this is a serious situation. I will keep you updated. But mainstream media news is sweeping it under the rug. They're not keeping you informed. Stay tuned to my channel for any updates. It's gonna get very, very bad. Our prayers to all of those that are in harm's way. We've got to do something, we the people. We've got to stand up for our freedoms and take this country back, but we've got to put God. We've got to back into this country. We've got to be one nation under God, indivisible with liberty and justice for all. Stay tuned for more updates.